What's going on YouTube? My name is ADCArtAttack, his name is Deadpool Ross, and today we are going to be drawing Deadpool in 10 different styles. This is a super fun challenge to do. I absolutely love doing these challenges, and in the past we have done Sonic the Hedgehog in 10 different styles and Pikachu in 10 different styles. These were really fun videos to do, and we learned a lot about the individual styles, so I'm really looking forward to today's one. Now, upon your screen right now, we have 10 different styles that we are going to be doing today, and I want you, before this video starts, before the end of the video as well, to leave a comment down below letting me know which one of these styles you are most looking forward to. Then at the end of the video, I'm going to ask you the same question, and I want to see if your mind changes. So I want to see if I can change your mind, meet your expectations, or completely destroy them. Now, I know a lot of people out there do not like these style swap videos when it is just a character, say Deadpool, and we slap some blonde hair on him and we say, hey look, it's Dragon Ball Z Deadpool. I don't like that. I don't think it works at all. So we're not going to be doing that today. Or at least we're going to try not to. What I want to do is imagine myself as the artist that I'll be choosing today, or the styles that I'll be choosing, how they would create this character based on basic information about him. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Let's go. So before we get started, we gotta make a grid. Yeah, before I get started with this one, I've got to make a grid with 10 squares. Now, these are not evenly measured, they are just squares, much like my previous episode. Not that one, because I only did 6 there. I only did 6 because I was lazy, I'll be honest with you. But this one, I did 10. That was a pretty good episode. So yeah, making 10 grid square things. Not much space in each one of these ones, but I think we got enough space to do some really cool styles. Let's go. So here we go, style number 1, Deadpool. Yeah, I mean, I've kind of got to do Deadpool first because we need something on the paper as a sort of basis, something that we can reference as we go throughout and compare to. So, Deadpool. And what I did here was I jumped onto Google and I found this picture of Deadpool from one of the Deadpool comics. Now, I am aware that there isn't one style when it comes to a comic book character because so many different artists work on them. Every comic looks a little bit different to the previous one, and that's totally cool, but this is the Deadpool image and style that I'll be working from today. It's a really nice style, I really do like it, and I did it. It doesn't look too bad, it serves a very nice basis for it. It's not incredibly accurate to the source material, but I think we did pretty well, and we've got ourselves a Deadpool style. So with that being said, let's move on to the 9 styles of Deadpool. Dragon Ball Z. I mean, yes, absolutely love Dragon Ball Z. I loved it growing up. I grew up with Dragon Ball Z. It's my favorite thing. You guys have seen my drawings. I draw a lot of Dragon Ball Z, and I really do like it. So it's quite an honor to be able to adapt this style into Deadpool. That being said, how do you do this? Because Deadpool is wearing a mask, so this entire thing is going to be pretty difficult. I don't know. You see, my approach here, as I said in the intro, is to tackle it as if the artist themselves was creating the image. So how would Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, go about creating this character with a Dragon Ball type style? And the main features that I want to look at when doing a Dragon Ball style is the shape of the head and the shape of the jawline, the eyebrows, and the separation of the sort of neck area, the chest area. There is a very clear definition between each of those areas, so you want to get those done. But the coloring is where most of the styles actually take form. And Dragon Ball, for example, uses cell shading. They use this very clear separation of each color, each shadow. They don't blend into each other, and they're pretty strong. They're pretty dominant. They are recognizable, and it is a very recognizable style. And by the end of it, whew, really like this one. This one, I'm just gonna say right now, is probably my favorite one, and I ain't even gone on to the next ones, but I like this one a lot. Oh, and instead of doing the smoke thing at the back, I wanted to do this sort of Dragon Ball type smoke. I'm gonna add a little few quirky things along the way for each one of them. Moving on. Tim Burton. Okay, can we just say, like, this is the best style ever. I love Tim Burton's style. It's so, yeah. Look at this. This is the Sonic that I did last time, and this hideous looking thing is the Pikachu that I did last time. I love them both. They look, yeah, they're my friends. I love them. They look so great, and I'm so happy with these styles. And yeah, time to carry that over to Deadpool, which is, again, very difficult. Honestly, I didn't have much of a plan going into this one. I didn't really know what to do here. So I kind of went for the sort of puppet style. So the mouth isn't there, but it is there, which is a little bit easier to see once I start adding the color. And of course, I wanted to snap off his arm and have him using his own arm to scratch his head because it's Deadpool, so it's something I can imagine him doing. Although Tim Burton doesn't really normally have things like that. I think for Deadpool's character, there'd be an exception and he would be doing something quirky like that. But yeah, this is where I went wrong with this style. Previously, I used very washed out colors. Unfortunately for this one, I started with the wrong red and I was really hoping that it was going to wash out. it didn't wash out. Very unhappy with this one by the end. This one doesn't look like the best Tim Burton style I've ever done. The vision was there, the base drawing was there. I hope you guys don't mind it too much. I just think it's a little bit too vibrant, and I would definitely like to tackle this one again in the future and just wash it out a little bit, because I think that the base drawing is really good and it does look like a Tim Burton type style. Moving on. Welcome to the world of tomorrow, Futurama. I love Futurama. In my opinion, it is Matt Groening's best work, and I don't know, you're gonna have to let me know in the comments down below, Simpsons or Futurama. Futurama is so amazing. They don't make shows like they used to. This show, one of my favorite shows of all time, and the ending, the last episode, is so emotional. I'm so sad that it finished, but I'm so happy that they just left it alone because it deserves it. It's such a beautiful series. Please, never touch Futurama again. But now, regarding the style of Futurama, I figured the most obvious decision here was to go for the head in the jar. Because, firstly, I'm going to be able to put a nameplate on it, so I'm going to be able to tell you exactly what it is inside, so there's no confusion here. And also, I love the head in the jar idea. That's so cool. I love them. I hope we can do those in the future. I don't know, I just want my head in a jar. The Futurama style is a somewhat simplistic art style. It is Matt Groening's art style. It's a very recognizable style, so there is a bit of pressure here to get it right, but I think if you get the basics of it right, the sort of eye shapes, the eyebrow shapes, the nose, and especially that mouth, you can't really go wrong. The coloring is pretty much the same. It's just flat colors. You don't really need to go in for those shading, those shadows, if you don't want to. You can do it. There are some fan arts out there that do shadows, and they look pretty cool. They do look nice, but you don't have to add the shadows. I didn't do them here, and I'm actually really happy with this one. Now, bear in mind that I don't spend a crazy amount of time on each one of these ones, so my color picking skills here wasn't the best, but I really think we captured that head in the jar look, and I actually truly believe this is how Deadpool would look in Futurama. I don't know about you, but I really like it. What do you think? Moving on. DC Comics. Okay, now this one is definitely going to be the most difficult one to do. It's going to be the most challenging one because how do you take an already existing comic book character from Marvel and turn them into a DC comic character? Now, I'm sure if you're a DC comic book fan, you are jumping up and down right now telling me Deathstroke, Deathstroke, Deathstroke. And to you, I say, good point. Deathstroke does exist and he does have some similarities, you know, with Deadpool in terms of his design. But I don't want to reference it, so no, won't be doing that. There is a secret to the DC style. So what I did was just start with a basis of Deadpool, but I just changed up the sort of head structure a little bit, give him a bit more of a chiseled jaw, and of course giving him those cheekbones. But that isn't all you need to do. What you gotta do is add definition on top of definition on top of definition, and just be ridiculous with the definition too. You see, the neck muscles should just be ridiculous. Lines everywhere. Lines, lines, lines. They are so important to do with the DC style. Black everywhere. You need like black everywhere. So make sure you got a good black pen. You're gonna need it. And that's pretty much all you need, really. Just don't be shy to put details down and put silly lines down that you don't think should be there, but they are there. So just put them down. Case in point on the head and chest and well, everywhere, really. I just put lines everywhere. I actually didn't think about where I was putting my lines down. I was just putting lines wherever I wanted to. Coloring this one is just, it doesn't matter. I was just throwing colors down. I added my famous yellow highlights that no one seems to like, but I like them, so I put my yellow highlights down. And then just really no thought. There was no thought process or organization to my shading pattern. I was just throwing the colors down and seeing what stuck. And then there you go, Deadpool. I really like this one. This is, yes, yeah, that looks like a DC comic book style. That is Deadpool. If he was in the comics, that is it. Moving on. South Park. Okay, who doesn't like South Park? It's probably the greatest animated TV. Is it even animated? It's kind of like just paper. I don't know, but South Park is, wow. It is, I could totally understand if this current culture doesn't like it, I get it. But some years ago, back when I was young, I'm not gonna tell you how old I am, but I'm pretty old. It was one of the greatest things on TV, and it was so not PC. It was amazing. So I'm gonna kind of follow that narrative, and Deadpool's Canadian. So you can see what I'm doing here. Yeah. I don't even know what I was doing here. I just did a basic Canadian with a Deadpool skin on it. When I say a basic Canadian, I mean from the South Park series. Yeah, I skip over this one. It looks pretty good by the end. I really like this one. I'm not going to do anything to the background here. I don't want to touch it. I think this one looks... This is dicey. but I like it. Moving on. Baby Deadpool. Probably the most difficult, actually. I said this about DC one, but that was before I got to this one. I don't really know what I'm going to do here. I'm going to start with a basic chibi kind of design, give him a big head and stuff. And, I don't know. Yeah, this is definitely the most difficult one to do. Alright, so here's the plan. Alright, so I'm going to draw him in pajamas. So he's going to have one onesie on. The whole thing's a onesie, and that's what he's wearing right now. Really, this baby style didn't really have much to it. I'm just going for a baby. I'm just trying to make a baby. He's more of a toddler, to be honest. It looks kind of cute, actually. Not too bad. I want these pajamas. If these pajamas exist, if they don't exist, copyright ADC. No, I really like this. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. Time to color it and mess it all up. I'm telling you, every time I add color to this, I pick up a different red. I need to start writing down what reds I'm using here because this is just, I don't know. What was that noise? So he looks super dark. The only way I'm going to be able to counter this is to have like a background and, I don't know, outline him a little bit more. Yeah, not too bad. I gave him a little bit of a bottle instead of a sword behind him. And also you can see that the bottle is smoking, so I'm guessing that explosion was caused by baby Deadpool. Also, that A block was a nice touch. It's just a building block flying away. I don't know what I was doing there. Moving on. I really got to stop shouting that. My wife's going to kill me. Graffiti. This is the most unplanned one in the sense that I'm going to let my just body tell me what to do here. I've never done graffiti. I've never been a graffiti artist. I did like once attempt it a very long time ago back in my old hometown of London. But I am by no means a graffiti artist, so I don't really have much in touch with that. So I'm just going to go for some text and slap a Deadpool on it. I did some eyes. That's pretty graffiti-ish, right? I don't know, for the Deadpool I figured, do you know what it reminds me of? Anyone ever wear that No Fear stuff? That old brand, No Fear? I used to love that stuff. I used to draw those eyes on everything. So I've kind of taken those eyes as like an inspiration for Deadpool's face. Kind of. And just, you know, really simplistic. Like, I'm thinking to myself, how would a graffiti artist approach this one? Because, yes, a graffiti artist could just go for a hyper-realistic Deadpool and do that, but I'd probably just try to be as simplistic as possible. Adding the color is quite fun, actually. I figured we'd do a drip effect. I like drip, and I don't need to worry too much about blending. I'm just going to kind of throw the color down on it. I actually really like this one. The only thing that I don't like about this is that there's not enough space. I haven't managed to, you know, fit the whole thing in there. But I really like this one. It looks pretty cool. It's very unique, and I could imagine this being tagged on something. I could imagine this being sprayed on the side of a bus or something. It looks, don't spray a bus. Do not spray buses, please. Like on the side of a nice, pretty wall. That'll do. It's not bad. I do like it. I think it looks pretty cool. Moving on. My Hero Academia. Okay, I know many people were waiting for this one. I saw so many comments on my Instagram post, and you should definitely follow me on Instagram, by the way. Just plugging myself there. Now, before I get into this one, I know a lot of people are going to be jumping up and down right now and saying, Twice. And this guy, Twice, he's a character in the show. And I think he's based on Deadpool because, I mean, it's Deadpool, right? So I didn't want to use this model, and I really needed to think. This made my life more difficult because I could have just done him and gave him the color palette of Deadpool, and it would have just been done, you know, that would have been it. But I didn't want to cheat myself, so I had to kind of erase that character from my memory. And really, the only thing I could think about making this a My Hero Academia style is to make the eyes really big. I think that the eyes on these characters really are the standout thing. So I went for the main character, what's his name, Midoriya. And I kind of took inspiration of his eyes, as well as adding these, you know, little minor things here and there. Simplifying the muscles, but not too simplistic. They need to be rounded with some detail kind of features in there. It's a really difficult balance here. Let's color it. And with coloring it, this is where you really take the character into the My Hero Academia kind of series. You want those flat, vibrant colors with shading as well. So I want the shading to be quite dominant, but also convey emotion, expression. I need those shadows to be very important. They're not realistic shadows. They don't follow the same rules that, say, the Dragon Ball Z style does. They're used to sort of emphasize a effect or a mood or a tone. So I put them in there, went over the ink in a little bit, and of course added a sort of flashy background of just yellow. And I think collectively this really brought it into the series. I think this actually really does. I know I'm blowing my own horn a little bit here, but I really do think this does look like a My Hero Academia style. What do you think? Moving on. Portrait. Okay, portrait. Now, first things first, before we actually get on with this one, let me just say right now, I haven't done a portrait in quite a long time. And I'm a little bit nervous going into this one, but let's get started. Do you recognize him? It's Deadpool himself, Ryan Reynolds. Of course I had to draw a portrait of this man. This man is a national treasure of Canada. Please do something with this guy. Put this guy, when he tragically passes, and the world will mourn when he passes, can we like stuff him and put him up somewhere? This man is just so freaking adorable and cool. Love Ryan Reynolds to death. One of the greatest, best actors and humans on the planet. He's so much fun, and he brought Deadpool to life. This guy made Deadpool mainstream. He brought Deadpool to the forefront. Everyone loves Deadpool because of Ryan Reynolds. This video is happening because of Ryan Reynolds. What can you say about this guy? And this style right here is obviously just a portrait of him. And like I said, I'm not the best portrait artist, so I wanted to keep this really quick, really subtle. I didn't want to do anything crazy. It took about 4 or 5 hours. Which does sound like a long time, but it really weren't. The only reason it took that long is because I was playing video games at the same time. Realistically, this was probably about a 2-hour piece, but I really do like this. And one of the standout features for me on this one was definitely doing the hair. I really love the way the hair looked. A lot of people don't like doing the hair. I like doing the hair. I think it looks great. It's not the most accurate drawing at all, and it doesn't really look too much like him. But I think it resembles him enough that you would see this and say, hey, that's Ryan Reynolds. And for me, that's a job well done. Ryan, we love you. Thank you so much for what you've done for Deadpool, for the world, by bringing Deadpool to the forefront and your comedy. Everything about you is fantastic. Thank you so much. That's me being a fangirl. That's me done. Hang on a bit. That's it. But there you go, guys. That is the 10 styles of Deadpool. What did you think about this video? Did you enjoy it? And I tell you what, I love it. I love looking at all of these together right here. They just look, yeah, love them so much. But what one is your favorite? I mean, there is so much going on right here, and it is, in my opinion, the best entry into the series that we have done. I am so happy with this one. This was definitely the funnest, is that a word? It's a word. This is the funnest piece that I have done. Loved it. All in all, this took about 20 hours to do this entire thing. You know, there's a lot of preparation and planning that goes into this. I really did like it. Which one is your favorite? Leave your comment down below and let me know if I matched up with your first thoughts. Oh, and if you want to know my favorite, I'm not telling you. Nah, I'm just kidding. DC Comics, 100%. This one just looks so cool. Really love it. It was actually a difficult choice for me between this one and the Dragon Ball one, but I do think this one just looks so legit, and I really do like this one. I would love to do a full character for this because it just... I actually impressed myself here. This one, I like this one a lot. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The video is complete. I do hope you enjoyed yourself today and you enjoyed this challenge because I really enjoyed it. It took a very long time for me to do all of these drawings together, but I really do like the results collectively at the end. I look forward to reading all of your comments down below and finding out which one of these styles today was your favorite one, and if I met your expectations from the first question to the last question. It was the same question, but I asked it twice. Well, that's all we have time for today. I do hope you enjoyed yourself. And of course, if you want to follow me on social media, it's ADCArtAttack on both Instagram and Twitter. And if you do want to get in the Discord server, I am now putting a link down below in the pinned comment. In the pinned comment, there is a Discord link server. So come over there, join us. It's quite fun because currently I'm being memed, which is quite... These are quite funny, actually. I really... You guys, I love this community so much, even when you laugh at my expense. My name is ADCArtAttack, his name is Bob Ross. Oh god, no! Oops. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, bye-bye. Crap.